I first learned my backflip about 6 years ago, and since then I've obviously expanded like my flips, so I've learned a ton more flashy ones. But a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. So today, in an effort to maybe help you progress to your backflip or other flips, I don't know, I'm gonna share my story of how I learned my first backflip. So when I was younger, I was lucky enough to have a parkour gym that I could go to, and I started taking parkour classes. So because of that, it would be a little while before I started doing flips, because the way parkour works is you're gonna learn a lot of technical stuff about just how to move your body and like self-awareness before you even start doing flips. So I didn't learn my first backflip until probably a couple months, like a half a year after I started doing parkour. I was very lucky to have like an instructor and a gym and mats and whatever, so I had someone spotting me through my first backflips. And getting a spotter is just such a great idea for when you're first learning a flip, especially a backflip, where like it's the first flip where you're getting used to the motion of going backwards over your head. So it's just great to have someone there guiding you through it, making sure you don't get hurt. So if you're out there and you want to learn flips, I highly recommend you find like a gym or something for someone to help you through it. And my biggest problem with my backflip was that I was just young and weak, so my legs were just too damn weak to get me off the ground high enough to actually land it. Like my biggest bottleneck was definitely how weak I was. So a lot of the time I would jump up, do the flip, and just land on my hands and knees. So the way I worked around this was just by getting my tuck so good, my rotation so fast, that it just made up for the fact that I couldn't jump high. And if you're trying to learn flips and you have the exact same bottleneck, like you just can't jump off the ground, then I'd recommend you as well just work on getting your tuck super good. And then by the time you start getting strong, like you start getting older, your legs are going to be able to lift you a lot higher off the ground. By that time, your tuck is going to be so good that you're just going to be nasty. Like you're going to be able to jump high as shit and also tuck fast as shit, because that's exactly what happened to me. I'm used to needing to tuck super tight and rotate super fast to the point that now that I can get height a decent amount, I'm way better than I was. So that's the exact order you're going to want to go with when you start doing flips. Ideally, you have a spotter. If not, you can just start learning it in a foam pit and then take it to a mat inside of a gym. Or if you don't have a gym, I don't know, pillows and blankets on a trampoline can also be good. 'Cause I'll see on Instagram like these trampoline kids who will be on like a proper trampoline and do like a triple front flip and land it. And I'm like, holy shit, he's good. But then you come to find out they can't even do a full twist on grass. And it's like, you know, why are you going to get so good on trampoline if you can't do anything without it? You know, like it's a crutch. Maybe that's just my bias because I'm not like a trampoliner or whatever. I'm more of a tricker tracer. That's why I'm so grateful that I didn't get a trampoline for a while. I had to convince my parents for years to get me a proper trampoline, and I'm scared that if they actually had caved and given me a trampoline when I was younger, I would have ended up like those trampoline kids. So I'm actually really happy I didn't get one. But anyway, yeah, learning backflip, like I said, I couldn't land it at all. So what I did to make up for this is I would just start doing backflip and landing in a superhero landing, which to be fair is probably way cooler. Pro tip for you young people out there, if you're doing backflips, just do a superhero landing. It's gonna be way cooler. I learned backflips when I was pretty decently young, like I said, when I was like 9 or 10 years old. And because of that, I've been training them forever. You know how like when you learn a language when you're really young or you just can't forget it? That's basically what backflips are like for me, because I've been doing them for so long. They're literally second nature to me, and I believe that anyone can get to that point. You just have to practice your ass off backflips for years. Like if I were to guess, I've probably done in the tens of thousands, thousands of backflips, I want to say. So yeah, if you're first learning your backflip and you're discouraged, you're struggling with landing well, just keep practicing at it. If you're young and your legs are weak, then just get really nasty at tucking fast, and then by the time you're older, you're going to be doing crazy backflips. Like look at this backflip. When I was younger, I could barely get any height. But now that I'm older and I can get height because I can tuck so well, my backflips are fucking great. So if anything, I hope you learned something from this video, be it about just skill building, flips in general. If you've learned anything from this video, I hope it's that practice makes perfect. If you're working on a flip, if you're working on literally anything in life, just keep practicing at it, and I guarantee you, you will get way better at it.